It is crispy in the studio today. How's everyone doing? Stay warm out there. Oh my goodness, it is quite cold. We're back and warming up, and I'm a little short on time, but we're gonna get this in today. That's why I'm all dressed up to go out here in a minute. But before that, I just want to get this done because I know how the training goes, how the weeks go. You know how, like, if you don't get it in, whether it's your run, whether it's your gym session, whether it's your recovery, whether it's your explanation for how the training has gone, in my case here, for the last 2 weeks of training. So through this 15-week training block, and there's a little more breakdown on where we're progressing toward April 13th, is every 2 weeks I want to give an update for all of you on how the training is going. And so here it is. And here's the chart, all right? Jersey City, we're coming for it. And by the way, 2 or 3 people have already emailed me with some very very detailed explanations on the course for Jersey City. So thank you. And I think I've written back 1 person, so I'll get back to the other 2. So thanks for, the locals there in New Jersey. All right, so we are officially, actually, I need to draw across here. I still don't have a marker out here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, and then 5 and 6 now. All right, so we ascended from 50 miles a week, 70, 90, 110 for those that are new and just joining. So we're topping out in this training block at 110 because I have gone higher in half marathon training, but I'm really glad that I'm not. My legs feel pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. And actually, well, here it is. Here's the last 2 weeks on your screen. All right, I'll put it up for 15, 20 seconds so you can soak it in. You know me, nothing too exciting. It's still, we're approaching halfway. That's, we're not there yet. By the next video, we will be at 51 days. So we're at basically 42, 43 as of this recording with respect to how many days we are into the training block. So it's going to be a 102-day training block. And so we're getting close to halfway, which is exciting. But we're still not done tuning that aerobic engine. And sure enough, at the end of week 6, I was able to have a solid. Now, sadly for this vlog, I'll actually talk about it in the next one with respect to, it's actually in week 7. It was yesterday on Monday. A great long run. And for you, actually, I don't think I did. Question of the day, how has your training progressed over the last 2 weeks? Are you seeing some movement in that fitness? Are you seeing some turnover? Are you seeing some good tapering? Maybe you're racing this weekend. Are your legs starting to freshen up? Explain the story of your training block for the last 2 weeks. And I see the rumblings. Thanks for posting, especially over on Facebook. We've got a very active group on Facebook if you want to join up. People training for Boston, they're in the thick of it. So keep those pictures coming, keep those stories coming over on the Facebook group. And sure enough, I just felt yesterday like, I can still, actually, well, I did mention this. I can still run kind of fat, not yet, it was just a long run, 23 miles, but I can still go sub 7-minute pace for 23 miles. And I guess speaking of that, I'll just pull this out real quick. So as you're looking at my training, just remember that some people like to race a lot. Some people like to some people like to do cross country. Some people like to do track races, but I just like to run. All right. So that's one of the influences on, like, for example, if you're watching this and you're like, oh boy, 23 miles for a long run, you don't have to do that. In fact, I would recommend not doing that. And that's why I'm making these videos about this half marathon training, is just to, if I was coaching, I would say you could top out easily at 16, 17, or 18 miles for real, for your long run in preparation for a half marathon. You don't even have to go to 20. I'm just saying, but for me, I love it. Because what's interesting? Yesterday in the long run, it was about mile 14 or 15 before I even felt like I was starting to work. All right, I think it's just the adaptation that I've gone through from running since 1997 to now with high volume. All right, that's how I was trained, and not so much in high school, but definitely in college. And then definitely after college, as I've taken on my own coaching, is that I love to run. It brings me joy. And I think as runners, you should seek out what brings you joy. Some people like hill repeats. Some people like running up 14,000-foot mountains. That's me. So just find the joy, because you're gonna if you're not joyful in your training, because the training is so much time, so much dedication. If you're not enjoying it, what are we doing here, people? So for me, when you see 23 miles in the last 2 weeks, you don't have to do that. In fact, I would even recommend not doing that. Just putting that out there for everybody. I do have my lifting schedule in my little journal here, all right? No complaints as far as missing days, or complaints. Jumping. My vertical at this point in life is probably 8 inches. That might not be, all right, maybe it's 12. I don't know. It's not great. I like to do single leg box jumps, and they're starting to get hard. All right, that's definitely an observation as the volume is starting to take its toll. But the endurance is coming back. The aerobic endurance is coming back in a big way based on yesterday's long run. But I will say, as far as what I'm doing in the gym, all right, and a lot of people have been asking, Seth, can you make a video about what you're doing in the gym? And I will. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I will in this training block. When in this training block, I don't know exactly, but I will. Okay, so overall, weeks 5 and 6 are success in the books, and no injuries, no major niggles, no rolled ankles. I did fall on ice, but it was a baby fall. I've fallen much worse. It was a silly, nobody was around, so nobody saw it, but I wish somebody would, because it was it would have been pretty funny to watch me fall, anyway. All's well. Hope your weeks are going well as far as your training. Keep turning that doorknob. I think that is it. All right, Jersey City. So by the next time we do this, I will have, you know what? I might see a marker over there. I will fill in this line as we progress onward. At this point, I'm still, or as far as volume, max peak volume, 110. So it's 6 weeks, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110. I think I'm going to see it through. If anything, it would be this last week. So far, so good, though. I don't feel like I'm overstretching. Hopefully, when I'm coaching someday, I can share real hard evidence based on what I've put myself through of what it takes, training for a half marathon at 110 miles a week in this case, or at 140 miles a week, which I've also done. And I've done 125. I think I've done 115. And then now 110. So we're just testing out the waters to see how we do. All right, I'll stop there. Have a great day. Keep rolling. And we'll toss it to the half marathon training playlist right there. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other.